Hello there, this is Richard Digance, welcoming you to the yellowcafé.co.uk and to a daily collection of my thoughts of mindfulness in the advent of. At this time of loneliness, join me to chill as together we approach the season of goodwill. I'm here every day until Christmas. Come along on the journey. So, let's go on a journey. A magical journey to a snow-clad forest. On the trees, snow is glistening like icing sugar. And something magical is happening. Yes, it all looks so serene and so sedate, but don't be fooled. The elves are making their toys for Santa's magic journey in just a couple of weeks' time. Their job is very, very big, making lots of toys that Father Christmas takes around to all the little girls and boys. The work begins every year on exactly the same day. At the turning of Advent, the elves are on their way. They carry tiny lanterns. It helps them through the trees. If they didn't, it would be too dark, and they'd bang their arms and knees. From all around the forest, they set off the same day, from north, south, east and west, some close and some far away. They wave goodbye to the families. They wave goodbye to their friends. The elves will not get home again until the big job ends. I reckon the elves suffer from loneliness too, don't you? So it isn't just us guys. We're all having a rotten old time. And there's people in the corridors of power who say that music isn't really as important as what the rest of us think it is. It's unviable. Us musicians should be out getting other jobs. I totally disagree. Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without music, would it? Of course not. Speaking of a forest of snow, what about I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, Bing Crosby? Do you know what? That song was recorded 70 years ago. That's the durability of music, all you people in power. 70 years ago, and it's still one of the most popular Christmas songs of all time. I used to love when it was snowing. I remember my mum saying it was the only time of the year when our garden looked as nice as next door's. Yeah, music, Christmas, they go together, don't they? Chris Rea driving home for Christmas. Well, I've been on the road now for 52 years, and much as I love that song, I can't say that I'm missing, through the lockdown and the other dreadful times that we've experienced, I can't say that I'm missing those horrible journeys at night, roadworks, average speed limits of 50 miles an hour. I'm doing all right though. I've got 9 points. I've got more than anyone else, so yeah, I'm up there, top of the league. But there's a song that gives us hope, and it's the greatest song, apparently, ever recorded for Christmas, the most popular around the world. Yeah, Shane MacGowan and the Pogues, Fairy Tale of New York. I'd like to tell you about that song, because that very song creates a mindfulness for us all. a mindfulness of never give up, keep going. Do you know what? That song took 3 years to write and record. 3 years. And before I go any further and tell you about it, I think we make reference to the beautiful Kirsty MacColl. What a singer. I remember a version she did of Thank You for the Day, the Kinks song written by Ray Davies. And it was beautiful. You don't often hear cover versions that are better than the originals, but in my opinion, and only mine, I think Kirsty's was, top of the tree. Thank you for the day. Thank you for so many days. They haven't all been great this year, but we've survived them. It was 1985 when the Pogues began the writing of Fairy Tale of New York. Took 3 years, as I say, and it wasn't until 2 years later that Steve Lillywhite took them into Abbey Road Studios, and thus the recording of that song began. That was just doing the demos, getting it right. They moved to the Rack recording studio in Regent's Park in London, and the song was finally released in 1988. And as I say, it became the most popular Christmas song of all time. And it is a symbol of endurance and belief of musicians that nothing will stop them achieving their goals. I endorse that, being a musician myself in this horrible year, when people are saying I should be doing something else. What about Happy Christmas, War is Over by John and Yoko? Unfortunately, the Third World War that we're all experiencing isn't quite over. But like all wars, one day it will be. We'll look back at 2020 and go, oh, what was that all about? Do you remember Rocking Around a Christmas Tree? That was an interesting one. Brenda Lee sang that, and do you know how old she was when she recorded that song? 13. 13 years old. But not the youngest. Jackson 5. I saw Mummy kissing Santa Claus. He never kissed my mum, I'll tell you that, because if he had done, my dad would have smacked him in the mouth. And some of these songs, they've endured, like we have to endure through these horrible times. Wonderful Christmas, Paul McCartney, 40 years old. Isn't it stunning? Santa Claus is coming to town. My hero, Bruce Springsteen. Do you know that song is nearly 35 years old? These songs are all examples of the fact that we must carry on, there's longevity. And through the lonely times that we're all going through, music it's so important, so very, very important. I personally would like to see some new Christmas songs around, but these old evergreen songs, they're part of our life, aren't they? So if you're lonely, listen to music. People like me, musicians, were put on this earth to make you smile. Even if you're sitting at home, all on your own, you can put some music on and smile, guys, because that's why we wrote it in the first place. To make you happy. Look after yourselves.